What's going on, Dragon Brawlers? Scott Sedman here with the Guildmaster himself, Peter. How are you doing, Peter?
I'm doing alright. It's been crazy. The beer bug is not letting out, but we are still excited for new cards, right?
Yeah, cards got to come out, right, Peter?
Yeah.
We all need that fix. We need that hit of new cardboard in our hands, or
Yes, we
hands
do.
in my case.
Well, we were lucky enough to actually show some of the new cards, some spoilers. So if you haven't seen our black spoilers yet, there is a video with detailed analysis somewhere on our channel.
Yeah, it's our most viewed video. So if you search by most viewed, it should come up.
It should
Fingers
come.
crossed.
I don't think we're going to cross that number anytime soon.
Exactly.
Because I think it's
But
like
what are we here for
twice
today,
twice
Peter?
the size of the previous ones. Uh,
What are we here? What have we come together to do today?
So today we are doing something that proved fairly popular when we were doing it for set 11, which is our graded series,
Yes.
where we're going to be looking through the cards for draft box 6 in color order. So we're going to do red, blue, green, yellow, black, multicolors, and then we're going to wrap it all up with the leader and giant rares and do the general grade for the product. It's fairly arbitrary. We look at the cards, we decide how they're going to play first, as in the color. Well, you can see the examples for set 11. It is on our channel. I think there's a playlist of it created by Scott. So you can see how we did it there. We're going to grade it from S tier, which we haven't actually had one yet. I think the highest one
No.
we had a strong A. We didn't
Yep.
have anything reach S tier yet. All the way down to F tier, which would be failing really
Yeah.
in the design. And we haven't went that down yet.
Yeah,
either.
so we've not reached the highest, but we've not reached the lowest.
Yeah.
I think as long as we're not hitting the lowest, we're good, right?
Yes, I think that's one way to put it.
Yes.
So I think we're just going to jump into it, right? So we're
Yeah,
going to
start with number one, right?
Yeah, we're going to go into the red one, and as Unisons took the second spot on the card list, so they're just after the leader, and this set doesn't have leaders, obviously. So we're going into Master Roshi, Potential Unleashed. One of the better looking Master Roshi cards, if I may say so.
Yeah, man. But he's buff. He's got
Master
swagger.
Roshi is always the best one.
True, and it's going to look great in full art as well. Like that. Oh
Scott,
no, there's no foils.
Yeah.
I keep doing this. Peter.
Draft box. So Bandai did absolutely amazing job on the foils in set 10 and set 11, and I absolutely love them. And I'm known for not liking the blink stuff.
Mhm.
And I don't know why they decided to not do it in draft box. Maybe because it's really hard to pull the foils in draft box compared to core set.
Possibly. Because it's a pain foiling out draft book stuff. Trust me, I'm trying. I'm not succeeding.
I mean, even having one of each would be difficult, right?
Yeah.
The same reason why they don't do SPRs in the sets.
Oh god, could you imagine? Let's not get into that. So yes, Porter, if your leader card is red and your opponent's life is at 5 or more, when this card is played, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Plus 1
baby.
Yeah, burn, baby, burn. It's a Disco Inferno. We have a +1 activate main. This card gets 5k power for the turn. A -4 activate main. This card gets plus 15k power and double strike for the turn.
Yeah. It says specified cost 2 red and 15,000. I must say, the deck that this card mostly shines in for me is Pilaf.
I think it could see some real fun use in Pilaf.
Because turn 2 you drop Roshi, you burn your opponent, then you attack twice. Then in your turn 3 you go into your big play, drop a 2-drop, drop another 2 drops, attack 3 times into your opponent, then sack those 3, or awaken, sack those 3, give your Roshi triple attack, and then play another 2-drop, and you just go into stupid amounts of damage. And that additional damage that Roshi provides when you play him is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
We have seen, we're going to see a lot of cards that burn in red, which is really, really nice. And
shout out to Aspira for being the one to reveal it. So go and check out his reveal videos before I forget that.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that probably on every single color. But yeah, it's really nice. They did burn quite good in this set, I must say.
I like how it's restricted. Like, This
You
isn't
have
just
you have specific
play it,
pieces.
burn.
You have specific pieces that keep on working when the opponent has progressively less life, and I really
Yeah,
like that. It's really really nice.
yeah, it's really cool. Really cool to see. Next up, we have Son Goku off to defeat Piccolo, King Piccolo. Um,
Yeah,
Great name. Absolutely knocked it out of the park with that. It's an SR, which is always good to see. A 5 cost free specified red, deflect, triple attack, permanent. If your leader card is red, your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to this card's attack.
that's another thing
Awesome.
that Red is doing here. There's lots of cards that can't be blocked, essentially.
Yeah, a lot of like you're going to have to combo out or you're taking damage. Yeah, like
It could be a good counter against Sin Shenron, right?
since Shenron, Bulmer,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. Also, if your leader card is red, when this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards. They gain minus 20k power for the turn. Then choose up to one of your red unison cards, add a marker to it.
So this is a mix a bit between Vegeta from
Hmm.
Draft Box 4 and
Yep.
the new Gogeta and Broly, which keep on pumping your red unisons, right? Sadly,
And
this
the
one
back.
is a 5-drop.
Yeah, I don't know where it would fit into play in constructed.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think, unless it's a very limited, you can only use the UW stamps. So a UW rotation, maybe, then it would be decent. But I don't see spending 5 energy on this card. Even though it has deflect, so it can be counterplayed, it can still be removed with Frieza, the green Frieza. Because it's not a counterplay that removes it, it's the skill that removes it.
yeah.
Yes, you're going to lose the Frieza, but
And just a quick one. It says the era is Universe Survival Saga. That's currently wrong. It is. It is from the King Piccolo saga.
yeah,
Don't worry.
on the card it says that it's King Piccolo Saga.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Just
can see the
just
card.
to point that out if anyone was
And it's Goku
worried.
childhood, which is important because there are
Yeah.
because this red deck is supposed to work a bit with yellow for the burn because we have a
Mm.
red yellow card that works with burn. So technically you could build this in with the card that lets you draw 2 cards if you have Goku childhood on board. Technically, there are better Goku childhood for that card, but you know it's
It's an
something.
option, right?
Yeah.
I think this is card like this is like kind of feels like to me like a Womack card where they have some interesting ideas. They probably won't see much play in constructed, but there's always that possibility, right?
There will be
I feel like this
I
is.
think this format is going to be amazing as a sealed or draft.
Oh yeah, fantastic, fantastic.
And the
If
other
that
thing
doesn't
I
give
would
away.
the other thing I would probably want to build is a cube with draft box 6 cards only.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So
Next up we have Son Goku Nimbus Master. Peter, you can take this one.
and that's another SR, by the way.
Oh
So
yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought it was a rare.
no, it's another SR. So 3-drop 15k. It's a unique card. If it's your opponent's turn at the end of a battle where this card is used in the combo, play up to 1 skillless battle card with cost of 2 or less from your deck or drop area. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it, and you can't activate auto skill on copies of this card for the turn. So it's very similar to the Icarus. I'm going to give a bow to you with this one.
Thank you, thank you.
That we have seen. The difference is that this is 1 cost 10k combo, and the yellow card was 0 cost 5k combo, but you need to pay 1 yellow. Here you can use this in any color. It's a red card, but you can pay any energy to combo with it. Doesn't check for your leader, doesn't check what sort of skillless card you play, so you can just tutor any 2-drop or less skillless card you want. Whereas I think Icarus only plays 1-drops.
Yeah.
But plays 2 of them. So, you know, it's something for something, right? This one can
Yeah,
search a 20k card, whereas Icarus can search 2 cards, but is locked into a color. And also you have Activate Main, pay 1 of any energy, which supports even more. You don't need to play him in any specific color.
Yep.
You send 1 skillless battle card from your drop area to your warp and play this card from your hand. So you can just, you know, and 1-drop 15k it's good, right? That's why it's unique. You can only have 1 of them. But I think more often than not, he's going to be used to combo. But again, he's Goku childhood. For whatever reason, he's a Saiyan/Rider.
Because he's riding the Nimbus.
Whatever. It's a 1-drop. It's a 1-drop Goku childhood you can play, and then play the extra card that lets you draw 2.
Yeah. It's
something.
cool. I like it from a theme standpoint.
Yeah.
I like this draft box, and it's something we'll see a lot. Is there is a focus on skillless, and I really dig that.
Yeah.
I really dig that.
Every color got some new skill lists. I think black got only 2, and the rest of the colors got 3 each. So it's
Yeah.
really nice to see. You have the whole array of support for all the skillless cards, so it's always nice to see. And again, this being generic, it's definitely going to be your pick if you're drafting, because I think this would be your pick over the 5-drop.
Oh yeah, easily.
The card is definitely way better.
Yeah, really cool card. Lots of uses. Yeah, just it's a great card.
Next one, it's not a Goku this time. It's a Bulma,
No, it's
a heartfelt
Bulma.
wish.
Not a plea this time. It's a wish.
Yeah, we had enough of heartfelt plea. Red 1-drop with 1k power. Blocker, and when this card activates its blocker skill, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards and gets minus 5,000 power for the turn. You know what deck really loves this card?
Me? Bulma? I don't know, actually.
Red color.
Ooh, yeah, because it'll proc the mill. Yeah.
And it's during your opponent's turn. It's a battle card skill, so you draw a card as well.
Huh. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah. I think that's the best use of the card. It's definitely a 1-drop blocker that you can drop with Bulma super combo, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be very easy to drop. Then you can stop multiple attacks using that. It's something. I think it's a good blocker in this environment, as in draft environment. I do regret that they missed a trick on making this choose one of your opponent's cards and give it minus 5k power though.
Choose it to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards. Yeah.
So it can't hit unisons, and they're pushing for unisons. There's going to be... Well, there's 1 unison in each color and it causes 17 unisons.
Yeah.
And it's bound that there's going to be 2 unisons per deck when you draft in a board of 4.
I feel like if it was choose it to one of your opponent's cards, would have been slightly better.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been too powerful for a common, but yeah, I like it.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because it's a 1 cost 1k that stops 2 attacks. True.
That's true.
But it can, if it's removed with any skill, and there's plenty of skills that would give it minus 5k, KO 1-drop, tap a 1-drop, so it can activate that blocker.
Very fair point. You got a very fair point. I don't know.
It's too easily answerable. If it had barrier, then I would be worried. But it's easily answerable. And I think they're just trying to push for unisons to be that powerhouse of the format.
And that's fine. That's fine if that's the direction they want to push.
Yeah, that's the direction they're taking, but I think that this card would be still perfectly fair if it could minus a unison.
That's fine. But yeah, as it is, I don't think it's bad. It's nice. And like I say, that cooler implementation could be something we see happen.
Yeah, I mean, we know people who like to play mill.
That is true.
Next one is Yamcha, if you want to take this one.
I love the artwork on this card, man. Like, love just seeing old school Yamcha. It just makes me so happy.
Way before he became a joke.
Yep. So he's got the Airfling trait. So he's like, every time I see Airfling, I'm like, okay, Bulma can do something with him maybe. But he's got double strike.
By everybody's pal.
Also that. So he's double strike, auto. When this card attacks, choose up to 1 mono red battle card. When it costs 2 less in your hand and play it. Pretty damn decent.
I like it. You know what I'm going to say, right?
It's great for draft. Yeah.
It costs 4. It's sadly all the cards that cost 4 and you need to pay 4 for them, 4 or more, and you need to pay the actual cost for them. They're not good in constructed. Because Gotenks exist, because Broly BR exists. Those decks exist. If you can't do anything by turn 3, if you can't put them on the ropes, this card is not going to see play.
No, unfortunately not in constructed, but it is a great card for draft box. And I think you can sort of get the feeling here that they've taken on the feedback of the previous 2 draft boxes and been like, okay, we're actually making this a draft box.
It feels like a way lower power level, with exception of few cards, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, there's an outlier there, here and there.
You have Towa, you have Bardock, we have cards like that are just ridiculously good outside of the format. But if you look at the commons and commons, they feel nice. But in the Draft Box 5, we also had commons and commons, and in Draft Box 4, that felt just nice for the draft and didn't see play outside of it.
Yeah. Next. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. No,
No,
you
no,
were
no,
gonna say.
I
Okay,
was just going to continue on the draft boxes, but that's fine.
that's fine. Next up we have Tien Shinhan. Eye for an eye, which when he's got 3 eyes is a bit greedy. Tien. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
mean, he can lose two, and then the opponent's going to be blind, and he's going to be still doing fine, right?
Exactly, he's gonna be fine. So he's got critical dual attack. He's a 25k body. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 25k5. Wow, that is not that words in the right order. It gets minus 25k power for the 10. Again, it's a fine card for draft. It's a really good. I'm gonna put your pressure on my opponent, but constructed, this card's never seen
No.
play.
I mean, the dual attack critical is very nice and scary on paper, but you
But for
need to pay
5,
5
it's
energy, yeah.
way too much.
Yeah. And we don't
If
have
the
ramp
effect
anymore,
ignored
so.
barrier, maybe something could
No,
happen.
no, 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 because it doesn't have deflect.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so it can be counterplayed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a tough one, but unfortunately, great for draft, not great for constructed.
yeah.
Next up, we
Uh,
have the skillless Master Roshi.
yeah, so it's Elfling that works with Yamcha Eye for an Eye. There's not much to say about the skillless, right?
Yeah,
They're just
they're,
there.
they're just skillless, right?
I
Master
mean,
Shen getting a skillless is nice. I
and
appreciate them.
and Mutaito. So I like the fact that they took the three masters and made them into
Yeah.
skillless cards, and also in power level, if I may say so. Because Mutaito was definitely stronger than Roshi.
Oh yeah, Mutaito was the strongest easily.
Yeah,
Um,
especially
but
he was
yeah,
the teacher of both of them.
yeah. I think it's nice. I also think it's like adds a bit more flavor and lore to the series, like the game, which we have seen throughout Unison Warriors is what they're trying to do is add a bit of lore into the game.
Yeah,
Rather than just give us another skillless Goku.
yeah.
That's not me hating on skillless Goku because I love Goku more as much as everyone, but yeah, like they instead
We
of
want
taking an
other
easy option,
characters, right?
yeah, instead of taking an easier option, hey look, here are these characters that aren't as well represented in Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Next one, we're going back into skilled cards, and this time Kami, Lord of the Lookout.
Yeah, I wonder if Andrea reports to him.
Yeah,
Oh, terrible joke.
it was.
Um, one drop. Also, if your leader is red when this card is played, choose one, draw a card, or choose up to one of your red unisons and add a marker to it. Very nice, very versatile.
I'm not too sure about this card. I don't think it's going to see any play.
Okay.
Like, even in draft, I think it would see a play as a boo. As in, play one, draw one. Or
Okay,
adding
yeah,
the marker.
yeah.
I-
I'm not sure. I feel like if there is a like a red deck that ends up being like, well, I have extra energy and I'm relying on my unisons to do stuff, I feel like this card would fit really nicely
But
into that
if it's
deck.
a deck that depends on unisons doing stuff, they have Gogeta Chain or Broly Chain, which adds the markers on its own.
So that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I like it a bit more than you, but
I like
I
the
can totally
design.
see where you're coming from it.
I like the fact that it comes with a gold tag.
Oh yeah, that's true. Namekian God, right?
Yeah.
Namekian support.
Yeah.
There you
But
go, guys.
I don't think it's going to be that viewable, sadly.
Yeah, maybe not.
The
I
fact
don't
that
know.
you need to choose a red unison card, but I'm going to point
True.
something out. It doesn't need to be mono red.
Yeah, that's yeah. Fair
If
point,
we're going
fair
to
point.
see a good multicolor, then I can concede that this card is going to see play. Then it's a rare,
Like a
so
red. To be fair, if they make a red green Broly Edge supported unison, this card is probably gonna see play in that. Let's
if
be
we're going
real.
to see a red blue invoker unison,
Oh yeah, yeah.
then
'Cause
this card
Invoker
would
just
see
don't
play.
care.
This card
Yeah.
would see play.
Yeah, so there is the potential there, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it, right? It's potential.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it's amazing. I just don't. It's definitely not bad. But yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from with it. Pilaf, Peter.
King Piccolo's Underling. Permanent. If your leader card is red, this card can attack battle cards in active mode.
Nice to see.
The only good thing about this card is that it can be played with Mai or Shu.
Yeah.
And that's that.
It is what it is, right? I feel like that's all we
Yeah.
can say for it. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Next up, we have Shu, King Piccolo's Underling.
Counterplay, if your leader card is red, play this card And if the battle card being played has 5k or less, it's placed in the drop area instead of being played and 1 drop 5k.
I don't
Yeah.
think. Again, I think this is very much a giraffe created card.
I think so.
Um,
There's not. I mean, it's good to stop Goku, right? In Gotenks,
yeah.
you can stop. No, wait. The card is actually really good if you think about it. You can stop Goku. You can stop 1 drop Broly BR. It's a
Oh,
one drop.
actually.
It's a 1 drop counterplay that stops a 1 drop plays. Because majority of the 1 drops have printed power 5k or
Oh
less.
shoot. Yeah, because it can stop stuff like Borgus because they're 4K power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this is actually really good. Okay, never mind. Shoes are actually quite good, guys. Pick up your shoes. That's a terrible joke as well.
Yep.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. That actually makes sense. That's actually quite good.
Yeah, the card is better than it looks. Especially Broly is going to be very rampant right now.
Yeah, get rid of
And
those Broly.
if you go first, if you don't want to play Broly, or if you side against a mirror match, if you don't have your 1 drop Broly in the opener, you just go with
Oh
the
yeah,
shoe.
it gets rid of Dark Mass Saiyan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
great. Yeah,
The card is good.
yeah. Oh, especially if like people are like playing a rush strategy. Oh, I'm gonna play my double striker turn 1. I can't play it.
Yeah, the Max's baby deck.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Shu, King Piccolo's Underling. We were wrong. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
My King Piccolo's Underling.
Oh
Oh,
boy!
God.
Oh boy, this card. Oh boy.
Why?
Oh, right. Does it need to exist? No.
No. Glad
Does it
we agree.
does it kill blue entirely, Peter?
No, but
Thank you.
it
It
kills.
hurts it a lot.
It hurts baby.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think
this
that's
is a-
exactly why these cards exist.
Like, when you activate your cards, your counters, you can't untap energy.
No.
Which is. And it replaces itself the moment you play it, and it has a bloody barrier. If they
I
don't have
think
a counterplay for this, you're screwed.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I think giving them barrier was a mistake. Like, barrier is quite strong, especially paired with this effect and for the cost.
I don't think anyone will be playing this card. Or this
Ooh.
type of a card.
Okay, interesting.
There are. Okay, how many of those would you want to play if you were playing against Baby? Assuming Baby would be a top deck at some
Yeah,
point.
all right. So, say baby's a thing, baby's a threat. It's not. Huh. Yeah. See, I'd only play like 2 max. I wouldn't.
But then.
I wouldn't mainboard it.
Yeah, but look, you would mainboard 2, you would sideboard 2. That's my
Maybe.
opinion. Because if you are playing against it, you want to have a chance game 1, assuming it would be a threat because of some cards.
Okay. Yeah.
But game 2 and 3, if it's going to happen, you want to see it in opening hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you want 4. But that takes 4 slots that you could use on other cards, and then you play against an aggressive deck and then you lose. Because this card does nothing. If you are not playing against a deck that it does something against, it does nothing. Because we are past the time when Majin Buu was a good card. 1 drop, draw 1 card was a good card at some point. We are past that point in the game. It's a nice thing that it replaces itself, but I don't think it would be played if it had, when you played discard 1, draw 2, I think then it would be played. But as it is right now, I don't think it's going to be played. I think some people are going to put it in the sideboard as a 2-off, and then when they're going to play against Baby, they're going to win without it, or they're not going to see it and they're going to lose, and then the next time they're going to put 4, and then they're not going to play against Baby, and they're going to regret putting it in the sideboard.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. I think this one was just a lot of reaction, and practicality is probably going to catch up and be like, well, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. People were more scared of the deck than they actually should be. I don't know.
But this shows Bandai even thought that Baby might have been strong.
But it's the same issue that they did in set 4. In set 4, they on knee-jerk reaction printed Chronoa.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll move on. We'll move on from that. That's the history lesson of
Yeah.
Dragon Ball for here. We have Kim Piccolo. Piccolo?
Piccolo?
Kim Piccolo. 5 seconds to eradication.
I
Another great
actually
name.
loved that scene when I was a kid.
Oh, so like
That
Bandai, you
that was a really good scene.
like go back and watch OG Dragon Ball. A lot of people have never seen it, and it's a bit hit and miss, but there is some really good stuff
Yeah.
in it. Like there is some like some of the action's still really good as well. Like it's completely different, right? If you're expecting Dragon Ball Z and Super, like it's completely different. But yeah, it's still fun. So yeah, four drop, two specified red. It's a rare card. It's got deflect. It's got double strike. It's got barrier. That's a lot of good skills. Permanent. If your leader card is red, your opponent can't activate blocker in response to this card's attack. Also, once per turn, if your leader card is red, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your red unison cards and add a marker to it. Also, add up to one card from your life to your hand. When this card attack is negated, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Wow.
You see, if Gotenks and Broly BR wouldn't be a thing, I think this card, even though it's a focus, would see play.
Yeah, so do I.
Cause it's really scary finisher. I think this card actually still might see play.
I believe so, right?
Because it's a finisher, right? If your opponent is down to 1 life,
It's
you
it's
attack.
it's hitting the board, right? It's hitting the board.
Yeah.
Like you know it's hitting the board.
And it can't be removed from it because barrier, so Frieza can't do anything about it. So then you attack. Your opponent's on 1 life. What do? They negate, so you burn both players.
Yeah.
And you win the game. They don't negate, you combo your hand, and they can't out combo. You win the game.
Yeah, it's a really cool card. I like it a lot.
And it also can't be blocked, right? Because blocking doesn't count as negating.
Yep.
So yeah, I think this is actually a really, really good, well-designed card. I really like the design on it. It's a proper finisher boss monster, but it doesn't feel oppressive. If you play defensively early enough, they can only burn you down to 4 life with the skills, I think, that we have seen. 4 or 3 life.
I think there's one that can burn you lower, but that's the SR multicolor.
I think it can be played when your opponent has 2 or less life.
Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, right, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
even if you're at 4 life, yeah.
Yeah, I do like this card. I think this is a fair card.
Yeah, same. Don't get me wrong, it'll be annoying, especially if you're up against it. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And again, some red Namekian, you know. Who knows? Who knows what Bandai have in store for us?
And next one is the one that has been spoiled some time ago. It's King Piccolo, the new ruler, the SR.
We already said this card was great, Peter.
Yeah, it is. It's still. We're just going to reiterate what the card does.
Run through it for the viewers, but yeah,
free drop, 2 red specified, 15k power, double strike. Permanent if your leader card is red. This card gets 5k, and the opponent can't block on this card's attack. So it's a 20k double striker, right? If you have a red unison in play with 3 or more markers, which you can actually have on turn 2, if I'm not mistaken. Play this card. Yeah. Play this card from your hand, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn. At the end of the turn, doesn't matter how the card was on board, you send it to the warp. So it's essentially a free overwhelm double strike 20k. It's a card that you just slap on board for free, attack for 20k double strike, and then it goes to Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
It can't be blocked. It needs to be negated. You can drop it on turn 2, and alongside other threats, you can drop on turn 2.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know what more to say other than it's really cool. It's really versatile. It's balanced. It's not you're free playing this card and it sticks around. It's gonna go. You can't play more of it.
It's a really good balanced card, and you can still play overwhelm cards alongside it. But to play this card, you don't need the drop area, which is important over overwhelm. So you don't need to think about milling yourself. You just need to turn 2, play Roshi +1 it. It's on 3. You burn the opponent for 1. You attack with your leader. You attack with Roshi. You drop this and attack for double strike.
Yeah, really cool card. Really cool card. I definitely think this is one of the standouts from the set. I like what it's introducing to the game.
I think the card is really, really nice.
Because it focuses you on your resource management. Like you have to get it to that 3 markers, and your opponent, if they know that that's coming, they've got to balance that. You know, I think this opens up. a lot
gives
more.
it gives you a good incentive to actually keep the markers up or play smart about it. As I said,
Yeah.
you can play it on the turn you play your Roshi on
Oh
turn
yeah.
2. But
That's
after
what
that,
I'm
your
saying.
opponent will keep that Roshi down to 1 marker.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I think it opens a lot of a
Yeah.
lot more thinking in how people approach like unisons.
And
Not saying there isn't
again,
already a lot of thinking, but
it's another free play that you can play in Pilaf. So you can sacrifice him for Belmont. You can sacrifice him for Pilaf's skill. There's
yeah,
lots you can
that's
do with
another
this card.
great thing, right? Like, if you play it, Belmont it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay. Next one is King Piccolo Yearning for Youth. So that's the old Piccolo.
Oh,
One
man.
drop. When this card is played, draw 1 card. Activate main once per turn only. Pay 2 red. If your leader card is red, this card becomes 15k critical for the turn. And if your opponent is at 5 or more alive, you deal 1 damage to them. This is a very scary card.
Oh yeah.
If you read the card properly, it's a 3-drop, 15k critical, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Because after that, it's dead.
Oh yeah. This he is not sticking around. Like,
There's no way, no.
if you let this card stick around, what are you doing? It doesn't have barrier for that specific reason.
It
Like,
doesn't have deflect or anything like that. It would be
like
too strong if it had any protective skills.
exactly.
But I
But
like
right,
the fact that you can pay to burn your opponent for 1 and then have a 15k crit for the turn.
yeah,
It's
like got a
nice.
follow up from its effect, right?
Yeah.
It's not just gonna stick there and do something. It's like, so it is like, if you need some at 10-3, this is slightly viable. It forces your opponent to do something about it.
You don't need to attack with it though if you want to keep
No?
on burning your opponent with
If
this,
you just
but
want to burn,
yeah.
it's there.
But again, it's the burn with limit, right? It's
Yeah,
nice.
right. You can't burn them past five. So
Past 4. If they're on 5, you can burn them, and then they're at 4,
yeah,
and then
that's
you
what I
can.
mean. So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, fair enough. So yeah, past 4. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, really
Uh,
good card. Really like it.
Next we go Tambourine Demon Clan Warrior.
Oh, I love these cards so much.
So if your leader card is red and you choose 1 card in your hand other than this card and discard it, when your opponent takes damage from a skill of 1 of your battle cards or unison cards, play this card from your hand. So
Not leader cards, people. It doesn't work with Gohan. Stop trying to do it. The red set 7 Gohan, sorry.
yeah.
Like, I've seen people be like, oh my god, look at what you can do to. I'm like, it doesn't say you can do it with leader cards. Stop it.
No, but imagine how does the turn 2 look like right now if you are lucky. Turn 2, you drop Roshi, burn
Yep.
your opponent, ditch
Yep.
another card, play Tambourine, which is critical.
Yep.
Attack with Roshi gets +1, so +5k. Attack with your leader, with your Roshi, with your Tambourine. So your opponent can be as low as 4 life at that point. And then you
If
drop
you hit them-
Piccolo, and then you can drop them down to 2 life on turn 2, if that's your first attack.
And I was gonna say, if you hit them with critical, you can also drop the Bardock.
Yeah, if you are playing Bardock.
Like,
No, you can
there-
drop the you can drop the Bardock because of the Roshi.
the burn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is going to be crazy if you have a good opening hand. You can
Yeah,
kill your opponent on turn 2.
It's really like, yes, that's theoretically silly and strong, but like, realistically, that's not gonna happen. But
That's not going to happen, no.
But yeah, it's cool, right? The possibilities there again, and I think that's really nice to see.
I don't think you would have enough cards in hand to make that
Yeah, I feel
happen.
like the advantage would be gone.
Yeah.
Like,
you wouldn't be
on the-
able to combo at least. You would be swinging and your opponent would need to out combo, but all of your attacks would be 15k and you wouldn't be able to combo. I think that's how it would end up.
yeah. But it's still right. Like, it in and of itself, it's a really cool effect.
I mean-
It's fair.
In that situation, it does feel like red, right? Because red in every other game is you turn sideways, you don't care for how many cards you have in hand, you just try to kill your opponent as fast as possible. And it's first time it actually feels like an aggro deck.
Yeah.
If you go,
It
if you're
feels
going that
aggro.
way.
And they're leaning into the burn side, which red
Yeah.
strayed hard away from. But now they're coming back to it, and I like that.
I like it. They do it well.
Yeah.
Piano, Demon Clan Warrior. If your leader card is red and blah blah blah. When your opponent takes damage from a skill on one of your battle cards or unison cards, play this card from hand. So it's the same as the last one, although this one is barrier.
Barrier. Yeah. I'm
It's
not
not
too
as
sure
good as
why.
critical.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say I'm not
just
sure why you would play it unless it was just in this draft box.
I still think that they would all work amazing in Pilaf because it's bodies that let you give your unison triple attack. Because you need
Fair
to have
point.
3 bodies, you can easily drop those bodies with this. Because
Yeah,
those are
and then
free
this one's
play.
harder to remove, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Symbol, which is the same, just a blocker. Which
Yeah.
I think is the worst one from all of them.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need it. I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing Symbol.
Yeah, but
yeah.
the first one was definitely the best one.
I mean, double strike's fine as well, which is drum.
Oh yeah, sorry, there's also drum, there's the double strike. So yeah, you would be playing probably on your double strike and critical. Just to try and kill your
I wouldn't
opponent as
go for
fast
the
as
others, I
possible.
don't think.
Especially if you can...
Piara, maybe, right?
Maybe, but I don't think so. You have better things to play in that deck.
Unless you're doing some weird Bulma build, Symbol's
Yeah.
not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but altogether, 4 really cool cards that synergize well with this and what Red does in general.
Yeah, I like this. It feels aggressive, but it doesn't feel aggressive in the Storm way, where they start and you can't
They don't stop.
Yeah, they don't stop until you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, Piccolo Jr., the King's Return.
Oh, look at it, it's so cute. It was a good Namekian.
So 2-drop 15k, 2 specified red. When this card is played, choose up to one of your other red battle cards and gets plus 5k power and double strike for the turn. Now, this is a really scary skill.
Okay.
It is essentially something like Champa that you can play and give something double strike.
Mm.
And giving that 5k, it's not combo power, so it's an actual 5k power, which makes it harder to interact with it in many ways. I think it's scary because also alongside... So how much is a 15k body usually worth? It's 1.5 energy, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because vanilla 10k is 1-drop and then 2-drop is 20k vanilla. So if we're just looking at 15k body, that would be 1.5 energy.
Yeah.
So here for half an energy, essentially, you get Champa, but only at half the power. But you still get the double strike.
Yeah.
And also has another skill still. Activate main, pay 1 red if your leader is red, and you discard this card from your hand. If your opponent's life is at 6 or more, deal 1 damage to them.
Yeah, that's a really good effect. I love it.
It's interesting effect. Early on you can use it to put some pressure on your opponent as you keep on burning them. The set 7 Gohan. Leader, burn you for 1, then do this, burn you for another 1. So turn 1, before I could even attack, you are at 6 life.
Yeah.
Then we're going into turn 2 when I'm going to Gohan, burn you for 1, Roshi, burn you for 1. Before I even made my first attack, you're at 4 life.
Yeah. I mean, the card's good. I like the adaptability of being able to play it. It doesn't have deflect which...
Yeah, I think it's fair that it doesn't have deflect.
Yeah, if it had deflect, I would agree. I'd be like, ooh.
But I think it's mostly going to be played for that discard, and deal 1 damage to your opponent.
That's its main utility, right? That's what it's for. But again, it's not just, well, I can't do this now. Okay, I could use it to play it, and then I can give some double strike and a buff. You know?
Yeah, if your opponent's down to 2 life, this card is a lethal threatener, right?
It forces you to deal with it. Like,
yeah.
Do you have a counterplay? No. Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we go into a new Senzu Bean, and yes, it's a new Senzu Bean.
Yes, it is. It's 100%. That's exactly what it is.
Corin Tower's secret medicine. He holds Senzu Bean in hand there.
Yep. Yeah,
so for people who don't remember, who never played in set 1, Senzu Bean was not strong because it untapped the energy. I mean, it was good defensively because you used to play a lot of 1 cost 10k combo. But Senzu was strong because it gave you 5k for the turn to your leader.
Yeah.
That's why it was censored. That's why censor was so powerful. That's what censor was so
Yeah, it was
expensive.
Senzu plus 5k, right? That's what
Yeah.
it was. It wasn't Senzu untapped 2.
You could
It lit the game,
senzu
that.
and do
We're not saying
nothing.
it never.
You could
Yeah.
senzu and do nothing else for the turn with that energy, and
Yeah.
you would be fine because that
Mhm.
senzu just saved you 5 attacks to face or 4 cards from hand. That's what senzu did. It saved you cards in hand because it was 5k combo for every single attack that turn.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, if your leader card is red, choose one of your cards and it gets plus 5k power for the turn. If it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your opponent's cards ignoring barrier, give it minus 5k for the battle. So, yeah, it's a sensor. I mean, they even kept the same wording, choose one of your cards.
Yeah.
It doesn't say battle card, leader card, unison
Yeah.
card. It says cards
And
straight
I
up.
like how it keeps in the red theme, right? It like
Yeah,
it
minus the
minus
power.
5k and it ignores barriers. So like
Mm.
that could be huge, right? That could be huge. You never know.
You can
Uh,
use it to remove my. Yeah.
you can, yeah,
If your
yeah.
leader is red, then my doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know why you would play that, but yeah, sure, yeah. Red untap's the thing, of course.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it
I
is.
like it.
Vados
I like it a lot.
Assistance. Vados Assistance on taps.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like like this card's just good. Like,
Yeah, it is
okay,
good.
my leader's got the permanent buff for the turn.
And then it, for one battle, it gets gets additional 5k combo power, right? Essentially.
Yeah, if that's the way you want to go, or there's
Or
a
remove a
unit.
1-drop somewhere.
Yeah, that, or you could get rid of like I don't know. So some of the black unisons have 5k, right?
Yeah, there's the
So you
Migra,
could
which is popular in green.
sneak that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Like dual attack cards. No, that doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't work
Um,
because it's only for the battle.
but yeah, like the 5k unisons, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. What more can I say? It's a good utility option for red, and I hope we see it more.
Yeah. Then we go strength through survival.
Awesome artwork on this, man. Oh,
Yeah.
love
Oh,
it.
imagine this in a foil.
Oh, Dirt Peter, it makes me sad.
Activate 1-drop, activate main. If your leader card is red, draw 1 card, then choose one of your red cards and your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to that card's
I
attack
love
for
that.
the turn.
I love that. It's so good.
I mean, you know what it reminds me of?
Okay.
And you're going to laugh, but it reminds me of Monaco. Inspiring Presence Monaco.
Yeah, so draw 1, give it double strike.
Give your leader double strike, yeah. Because it's a 1-drop, draw 1 and do something.
I can see that. You know what? I can see that. And plus, this fits more in with what they've gone for the theme with red here, is that they can't be blocked.
Is there a red leader that has dual attack?
Dual attack?
Oh, wait, this is not a skill, so this is not getting negated. Ooh, with this new Vegeta that we have seen in the notes today.
Oh, yeah, possible. Oh!
Because this one says choose one of your red cards.
Oh! With the double strike Gogeta.
Yeah, you will deal 3 damage unless they combo out of it. Against this is going to be brilliant against Sinchero because you can make your leader unblockable.
That's awesome. Yeah, this card's great.
This is a great common for red.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool.
Because I just kept on reading and choose one of your red cards. Wait, it says red cards. We just went through that on the Senzu. It's cards. It can be Unison with triple attack, for example, that is given by Pilaf. Triple attack Unison. If you manage to get Roshi to 4 markers at that point.
Oh my god, big scary boy.
On turn 3, you can have a 30k double strike, triple attack, unblockable. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
And then we go the final blow. The best scene
in
in first
I
Dragon
need
Ball.
to see this in person. You can tell it's gonna look beautiful.
You can tell it's going to be foil because it's super rare.
I know, it's gonna make me so happy to pull it.
Activate main or battle. If your leader card is red, you may choose one of your mono-red battle cards, negate its non-keyword skills for the turn, and give it minus 25,000 power for the turn. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 25,000 power for the turn. You can use it on one of your 1-drops that has 1k power.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's what it's like. Get rid of a weenie. That ain't gonna do much.
It negates the skills, so you can't have when, leave, etc.
Oh yeah. See, and I think they thought about that and were like, yeah, we can't allow that.
Yeah.
Like, does it warrant an SR? I don't think so in my book, honestly.
I think the scene wants an SR, but I think.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think the skill does.
No, neither do I.
I mean, it is the strongest skill we have seen in red, I think, for removal, because it's a 1-drop that removes 25k.
Without barrier, right?
Yeah, but still, it can remove 25k, or just give you 25k power for the turn, right?
True.
It can remove the Gotenks, I think, because that Gotenks is 25k, that the dual attack.
Huh, maybe. Like, I think it's got its uses, and I think it'll find some place in some decks, maybe a sideboard or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it's not a bad card. I definitely wouldn't say it's bad. I think just finding the right use for it.
Yeah, but the thing is that you need to choose a mono red card of yours, and I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And the last card for red, we finally are at, oh god, we've been at this almost an hour. Genshin Han's Mafuba.
Yeah.
1-drop.
Nice
Yeah, red 1-drop counter attack if your leader card is red. Negate the attack, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, and it gets minus 5k power for the turn. It doesn't feel like a Mafuba though.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't.
Because we had the green Mafuba and then we had the original Mafuba, and they both felt like
defense, Mafuba. Tien's Mafuba did fail.
Okay, I guess. But no, sorry.
Yeah.
So did Trunks.
Oh yeah. Damn it, Trunks. Well. All right, fair play.
And so did Heroes, because Heroes got reversed on him.
You know what? Never mind that point. Okay.
I think the only Mafuba that worked was the one that initially sealed King Piccolo by Mutaito, and the one that was used by Roshi in Tournament of Power on one of the characters, because the other one failed.
Yeah. You know what? Fair point, Peter. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's going to see much play. It's nice to have in a draft box. There you go. That's my opinions on it.
I think it could see some play, but I don't think it's very good now.
Cool. So shall we give our thoughts on red?
I like the theme. I like the balancing of the cards. They feel really well balanced. There is nothing too busted. There is a couple of opportunistic combos. There's a couple of cards that feel that they should not be there. But generally, I like the feel of it, and I would definitely look into making a cube out of Draft Box 6.
Yeah, and as we do when we're grading, we look in a bubble, so we're not really taking into account other things. Yes, we mentioned it, but that's just so you guys have an understanding of what these cards can do.
Yeah,
general.
We look at the theme, at the personal feel, at the design, at how the cards play, etc. If there is some stupid power creep that should not be there, and we can easily spot it, and we're just going to be like, yeah, that's not good.
That's a concern.
Yeah, and that automatically low. If you have one card that you see that is going to be ridiculous and it should not exist, like if we were doing grading on Heroes Revived, right?
Oh my god,
that card should not exist.
No, that's true. That's true. It shouldn't. So yeah, overall grade, Peter.
I think a strong A. It's fun archetype. It does what it's supposed to. It's universal for any red leader because it's a draft box, right? But it's a universal. It has a support for everything. There is one card, I think, that feels two cards that feel out of place. It's the Mai that feels out of place for me, and Pilaf. Mai and Pilaf, with their skills, just feel out of place.
That's fair. I think that's a fine thing to...
the rest of the cards feel on equal power level. As I said, that King Piccolo is powerful but he's not that strong. You need to have a perfect hand, and that's not going to happen every game, especially when you draft or seal or
Of course,
whatever.
right?
In limited format, they're not going to happen. In constructed, we already have decks that do that, so it's, join the club. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm with you. I love the theme. Right, it's great to see some Dragon Ball representation. I don't think there's enough of it in the game personally.
Yeah.
And I do want to see more of it. And this is a great step. This is absolutely fantastic. I have to give them props where props due. Like I said,
I
like
mean,
it's awesome.
it's not much of original Dragon Ball, and I'm going to make you feel old here, but it's an anime from 80s.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but just seeing Mutaito and Master Shen
Yeah,
get
but
a bit of a
look,
skillless shine.
when it was on Polish TV, it was already old at that point.
Dang.
Because when it was on Polish TV, you guys were already getting Dragon Ball Z.
Oh wow, didn't know that. That's see,
Yeah.
fun fact with Peter.
We
Yeah.
got Dragon Ball Z 15 years ago.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yikes. Get
Yeah.
with the time, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what, Peter? You know what? Gonna give it an A plus. Gonna give it an A plus.
I think it's solid, but I don't think it didn't do something that I wouldn't expect of Red to do. This is when I was getting into this game, this is what I expected Red to be like.
Yeah, true. Based on set one red, this is where you thought they would be.
Yeah.
Not somewhat 10 sets down the line, we're revisiting this concept. But I think it does. I think like, no, you can't block me attitude.
Yeah,
I think
this is something that I would expect of the design, not what they were doing until now with Red.
yeah.
So that's why
Oh,
it doesn't go beyond the scope of what I would expect of the design and still make it good. They were trying to make Red different for the sake of making it different, and I think that didn't work, and they've seen that. And now they're going. Last couple of sets, I liked where the Red is going, and this is, as far as I see, a culmination where the Red is going. So I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do in the next set, because I do hope that they're going to push Red in unexpected way, but as well balanced as this is.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think this is a really well balanced thing. Nothing screams insane, scary, stupid. You know what I mean? Like any of that. So really good job on Bandai and the designers there for taking the feedback, which people have loudly and rightly, in some cases, expressed.
Yep.
And again, a shout out to Aspira. So for me, I'm giving it an A plus. Peter, you're a strong A on there.
I'm a strong A. I don't think it went out of its way. As
That's
fine.
I mean, and that's fine, right? That's why we do this. That's why it's both of two different opinions. You're the more designy standpoint, and coming at it, I'm the more fanboy. Oh my god, these cards are cool, but also, yeah, I would play them. Like
no, as I said, if you're going to be opening that and you're going to have some spares, I'm going to just grab them off you and make a cube.
Of course, right?
And then whenever we're going to meet up, we can just sit down and cube this, because this looks like a really fun thing to cube.
Oh, absolutely, could not agree more with you there. It is this set is the one you cube, right?
It feels way better placed than what they did in Draftbox 4. Draftbox 5 was weird. I don't think it had a spot per se, because they were trying to push too much for the 4 colors. If you open Strength in Legends, you needed to force 4 colors.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And in here, the multicolors they made, which we're going to go through later video, they made them support the colors, but you can base what you're doing still ignoring the multicolors. If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, it's nice.
So thank you guys for watching. If you do like Graded, give us a like on YouTube, obviously. Comment below what your favorite cards are from Red, or what you would give the grade overall for the set. Like, for Red itself, like, do you disagree? Do you think this is a B? Do you think it's the first S we've seen? Let us know in the comments. We're here all the time, pretty much. I've been Scott Sedman. Peter, you've been Peter. Our blue graded will be up shortly after this.
Yep. See you guys around.
Yeah.